Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at super microcomputer, and we have had quite some downside today, but this should come at no surprise to you if you have been following this channel, especially because in the last few videos we have been focusing on the fact that even if we go directly higher here in the Y wave in green, we would only really expect that to be a reset of the B wave in orange, and then expect direct downside in the C wave, possibly and maybe even probably beyond the A wave low here at around $17. And then the other alternative to this area was that, okay, we topped here in the B wave, we are already in the C wave to the downside, we completed the wave 1, we completed the wave 2, and then we are heading directly lower into the 3rd, 4th and 5th to complete the wave C to the downside. And this scenario, this interpretation will continue to remain valid as long as this wave 2 top doesn't go beyond the start of the wave 1 at around $66. And it is a bit unfortunate that we didn't go and complete this wave Y directly to the upside in green, because that would have provided quite some clarity to this chart. And yeah, apparently super microcomputer doesn't really like to be too clear or make the counts and the interpretations too easy to make. So yeah, I guess we will have to talk about those. But first, I want to go through the large time frame for anyone who might be new or who might not have the full context. And here we are tracking here a wave 1 up from the all-time low, a wave 2 down, and then another 1-2 setup. And here we have the large third wave to the upside, in which we have been tracking two very similar scenarios. And firstly, the white scenario, in which we have a wave 1 up, a wave 2 down, a third wave up, a 4th wave probably still ongoing, and then we expect a 5th wave to the upside to complete here the larger pattern in the 3rd wave. And then the only difference in the yellow scenario is that after completing this wave 4 to the downside, we still expect a 5th wave, but then we expect another 4-5 to actually complete the entire pattern here in the 3rd wave, this one. And now going into the shorter time frame here, we have been following this as a wave A down ever since we started covering this chart, and we also possibly have this B wave top still, as I mentioned earlier, and we could see just the C wave to the downside to complete this correction. And now to discuss about the alternatives to this B wave top, we could have two more. So we could have still a B wave top here, where in the Y wave we only have an A wave up, we are forming the B wave down, and then we expect a C wave to complete it. That would provide quite some clarity that we would head directly lower. And then we have the interpretation that, okay, we didn't have an A wave here, we already completed the Y wave, and the B wave actually resets here. And yeah, it's unfortunate, but all these three scenarios are very valid, and we will have to continue to track them all for the time being. And so far I can say that pretty safely that, okay, we started this move to the downside already, and if we look on the shorter time frame, we had quite a sharp decline, which is very normal after a diagonal such as this in the C wave that we formed. And yeah, this is still an ABC in the A wave. So now we would be looking for an ABC in the wave B. Afterwards, we can follow the 5 waves up in the C wave if we don't actually follow through the orange interpretation here with the wave 2, where we go directly lower. And yeah, looking at the shorter time frame here, I can provide some insight. And here we are looking firstly for an A wave. Keep in mind there's always the possibility that we are in the orange scenario. That is not invalidated by anything I am about to say. So we have in an A wave that would have a wave 1 down, possibly 2 up, 3rd down, 4th up, fifth down. And in this third wave, I would expect a couple more lows where we have a 1, 2, mini 1, 2, then the third wave down, and then 4, 5, 4, 5 to complete it. And then we will need to see if we actually get a large 3, 4, 5, or the A wave actually completes with this movement to the downside. But then I would still most likely expect continuation, even if this could be the entire correction in the B wave. I would be on the, sorry, my mouse is messing around, but even if we could head and complete the B wave here directly, I would be on the lookout for continuation to the downside in this case, either because it could be a larger correction in an ABC, or the orange interpretation where we are in the third wave to the downside. So we have these levels for a B wave in this case, and those are from $45.8 down to around $32.9. And here on the very short time frame, I would expect direct downside here as long as we stay below the $51 level at the 50% retracement area. But I would expect a fourth wave to head in this area. Of course, it's always possible that the correction ends early, and those would be the first levels to actually track it. But for now, those are the levels. This is the trade setup. Not a great one, but this is the trade setup. And this was the entire video. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Keep in mind, we will continue to have a close look on Supermicro Computer and be very careful with it overall. And for now, that's it. Bye bye.